Dear students, this new series of tutorials is going to be showing you a few different techniques to be working with Painter. We're going to start with a technique that I personally use, and afterwards I'm going to be showing you just a few different tricks. So now we're going to just check how to be working with a combination of a few different tools. I'm going to be opening a new layer since we're going to be working with transparency as well. And I would like to start just making a quick sketch of what we're going to be illustrating on the next tutorials. So I'm just going to be drawing an apple. I'm going to make this quite fast. I'm adding as well some help for the shadows, just to know how the shadows are going to be appearing. It's got an apple inside of a bowl, so this explains the different type of shadow around here. So this is the sketch that I'm going to be illustrating on the coming tutorials. And I did this on an extra layer. And I'm going to be opening a new layer just now, and I'm starting showing you on this first tutorial how to be working with a combination of filling area, working with safe transparency mode, and adding some texture into the illustration. So I'm picking up first a tool that works quite flat without much texture. So I like to be working with Bakshaba, and there is on earlier versions from Painter tools on the 2015 you could get, for example, the covering, or in German called Deckfarbe, this one, but without so much blurry situation. So if you're working straight with the Painter tools without making many changes on it, this could be a good option. I'm going to grab some yellow, because yellow is the color that is going to be kind of the basic color for my illustration. And you can see that at the moment I stop painting, I'm going to be covering the drawing. So I'm just moving the drawing a little bit up so that the painted area is going to be underneath it. And like this, I'm going to be just bringing up some color to this layer underneath it, and everything else is going to be transparent. Okay, after doing that, I'm going to start saving transparency. So it's this one symbol with the square grid and the little lock on it. So I'm activating it. You can see that it changes its color from the version 2020. We're going to have now the symbol in orange. And I'm going to grab now a tool that is going to give me some texture. So I'm going to pastel. And I really like to be working with a square heart version of it. I'm going to see that the scale of my paper is not too large so that I don't have a very strong structure. And I'm going to start getting some extra colors. I would like to have it some vibrating colors, direction to red. And like this I can increase and decrease the size of my brush by pressing Command Option. And now I would just start adding some color into my apple. You can see that the paper structure is there, but it's not too strong, it's not too large either. This is important. And I can be quite free with my brush stroke. I can make it even a little bit larger. And I do not need to be worried if this is coming out of the illustration or staying inside of it. So this is why we are using safe transparency, so that we can be quite free with the brush stroke. Even if you're using another technique that gives you a stronger kind of brush stroke, this is quite interesting, because you have this very sharp edge around the illustration and a very freestyle type of brush stroke into the illustration. I'm just adding some lightness and darknesses in here, and for now I'm really working with a texture, and at a certain point I'm going to reduce it, and I'm going to get another drawing tool that works with the texture but not so strongly. But for now I'm just focusing on darkness and lightness from the image. Always respecting the direction of the brushstroke and the direction from the illustration itself, or for the object that you're illustrating. And trying always to build up the colors. Okay, after a while doing this, I could just start working details on it, like for example taking the drawing tool called Realistic 2B under Feathers and Pencils, and here I would start working on details. You could as well kind of start opening a new layer. This could be an option. I like to be working as long as I can on one single layer and just open a new layer if it's necessary. So I'm bringing some darkness in here. And we can kind of take the colors and start working some details. Afterwards you can decide if you would like to still have this drawing around it, and I like to be turning it on and off just to decide where should I be working a little bit more. So you can see here that the lines outside are not so good yet. I would like to make it a little bit darker so that you have this three-dimensional feeling and a little bit stronger. And afterwards you can decide if you would like to still keep this outline or not. If afterwards you would say, well, I don't like how this is around it, you can erase it, but to erase it you have to turn off Save Transparency. So I turned off Save Transparency. I grabbed my eraser and I'm picking up the erasing tool 1 pixel so that I will have a sharper type of eraser, and now I could just erase the corners a little bit. I would like to have this on 100% so that it's not too blurry. And I'm going to be showing you guys on the next tutorial how we could use different ways to be illustrating in Painter. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.